Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today. She has a Bravo, Bravo, Bravo shirt on for everyone watching on YouTube. It's our friend Sarah Farasia.
You make my week. Okay, my friend. I love you. Our love our chemistry. And someday we have a million ideas, which is honestly our Achilles heel.
Thank
Someday
you.
I would love to just release our phone conversations. I mean, I don't record them because you're a lawyer and I don't want to be sued. But I would love to do recorded phone combos with you, and we can bleep out all the people's names that we talk about and then just let people on Reddit go wild. Honey.
Honey, if
That's another
you,
cat. That's not another mad money. Mad money.
I love a money grab. If you were
Yeah.
ever to release our phone conversations, I would be canceled. Canceled
No,
on the
you never say
spot.
anything. You never say
I
anything.
don't.
Never say anything. No, that when you say that, it makes you sound like you're like on there saying the R word or the F word.
No,
You never
no.
say anything. No, that's the only thing you can be canceled for, or the N word. And we never say
Oh,
anything like that. I mean, do we talk smack about other people? Hell yes. But
hell
everybody loves
yes.
that. We have words to say and critiques, baby.
Fine. So maybe I wouldn't be canceled. Thank you. You're right.
No, you
I don't
wouldn't be
say that
canceled at all.
stuff.
No. And I mean, we do share what we think is wrong and right with this country, which I believe most of our fans would agree with. So, honey, we are ready.
Bring on those political ads, baby.
Yes, baby.
I
Yes.
mean, we're gonna do political.
We're
Listen,
in the greatest country on earth. You've got the right to
anybody
vote.
that wants to buy ad space on this show, I don't care if you want to go out on a date with Sutton's horse. Give me the money. Let's go.
Are we taking bestiality ads at this
No, I
point?
mean just go on a date. Nothing
Oh,
illegal. Like, if you want to bring like a picnic and sit down with a horse, that's legal, no?
remember 2 minutes ago when I said, oh, no,
Your mind went
say anything.
dark, baby. Your mind went dark.
I just said how you'll never be canceled. Then I'm like, are we taking bestiality ads? Are we there? Are we?
Honey, times are tough for Sutton. She hasn't had a horse since she was a young girl. Times are tough, and she loves this horse. She didn't recognize Santos. She thought the other horse without the white was Santos. But times are tough, girl. She hasn't had her own horse for at least 40 years. This is a tough life she has over here.
Honey, isn't it nice when you get that $300,000 deposit?
Love
Most of
it.
us are getting a social security deposit of 1,800 bucks, maybe. Honey, can you imagine all those zeros? I mean, of course you buy a horse. I love Sutton is a star. She keeps this show going. What are you thinking with RHOBH so far? Like, did you watch the latest episode and
Guess
yeah,
what?
I
It's
like it.
over next week, sweetheart. Actually, it's over now. When everyone's hearing this, it's the season finale. We've had it this
Isn't it
past
wild?
Wednesday. Well, what I think is, I think Shady Boots is coming up. Miss Richards, in the finale when she is working with Kevin Lee, the party planner, might be making an appearance on a podcast y'all like sometime soon, Mr.
Oh,
Lee.
hey.
But she shades a Miss Vanderpump when she is working with Kevin Lee to plan the white party. And at SoFi Stadium, where Taylor Swift sold out many nights, right down the street from you and me, not geotagging where you live, Sarah, but SoFi Stadium is in the state.
You. Thank you.
And Kevin suggests that you should come in with cheerleaders cheering you on. And Kyle says, no wonder you do Lisa Vanderpump's parties. Oh, LOL. This is sounding very Lisa Vanderpump. I don't need them to cheer me on. I would never let them do that for me. Please, no, please. I want to be humble. So she shades Lisa Vanderpump and says, of course, she said, this is sounding very Vanderpump.
The
Kyle,
biggest rift in
Kyle.
Hollywood, isn't it? I mean, it really is the biggest rift in Hollywood. Those two women are never getting back together. They're never reconciling.
Like I said, I think I said this with you. Did I say this with you? Yeah, I think I said it with you. If they are not coming together over Kyle's friend committing suicide and Lisa went through that with her brother, I just think that's when you lend a hand. You say, I went through this with my brother. I know what you're going through. It's really bad. If you want to talk, like that to me was the time. And I'm not putting it on LVP. I'm just saying it was the time. I think, right?
That would have been the time, yes, to talk. And yeah, I mean, no, they're totally fractured. They're completely fractured. I'm going to be curious how the reunion goes for RHOBH. I know you already did a breakdown on your show about the housewife and the hustler, but man, where do you stand with EJ? Is EJ for you? I'm so confused. One minute I love her. I feel like she's the gay icon that she is. And then the next minute, I mean, I did not think that Housewife and the Hustler part two, it had a good hook at the beginning where it really portrayed her as like a biatch and really not very cold, not having any empathy with the victims. Because we know part two, she sits down with the victims. Then they tell the whole current story of where Tom is and more, of how basically his downfall. And then at the end, we sort of get some empathy for her. But EJ really, she is the victim as well, and that's what she really believes.
Well,
And
this
I think she is. I love EJ. I feel like she is, until you can prove
took
nobody, even our friend, my former friend, he doesn't like me anymore. Attorney Ronald Richards, who bought the diamond earrings for his wife, but he's no longer speaking to me. He, even Mr. Richards has not been able to prove without beyond a reasonable doubt that Miss Jane knew where this money was coming from. So she is a victim.
Mr. Richards is not a fan of yours, but I'm a fan of his and he's a fan of mine. He was on this very podcast. It is now the 23rd of February when everyone is listening to this on Friday. This past Monday, the 19th, I had on Kimberly Archie from The Housewife and the Hustler, one of Erica's victims who I have become friends with. This is news to Sarah because we're recording this a little in advance. Miss Archie was on the Behind the Velvet Rope this past Monday, so everyone should listen. And she is a victim. She's like her best friend is Joe Rugomez's mother. It's interesting because I do have some other guests from The Housewife and the Hustler coming up. I just think it's interesting that is the goal of a producer, right? To produce this documentary. And there are a lot of people that feel the way you do. And there are a lot of people that watch, especially the Marco scene, and they're like, yeah, Erica, we have no sympathy for you at all whatsoever. So I think it's a really mixed takeaway regarding Erica from The Housewife and the Hustler. And I think let's just remember like that scene where he's like, I'm going to reduce my pain from an 8 to a 3. I'm going to take another bath. Like I can tell you the producer's goals were really, like, this is a victim driven series. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
it's not a good look for EJ. And thank you for bringing up the Marco guys. I mean, devastating.